Continue. Later the same month, the use of biometrics hand or head iris scanning as a payment option for goods and services was documented as the method of choice for buying and selling among 50% of consumers, with the percentage trending upward. See Revelations 13 and 17, which we'll get since he brought it up. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. 1 month later, in July, a special report conducted by Natural Security, a UK-based authority in user authentication, authentic, 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 Slovakia, a UK-based authority in user authentication, described 900 consumers who had participated in a pilot program in which they used fingerprint-based technology when pursuing products and services. Of that number, 94% of them were excited about the scheme, agreeing they are now ready to use biometrics and RFID technology for all buying and selling. By August of 2013, a new report from the National Institute of Standards and Technology confirmed the long-term viability of iris recognition as stable for biometric identification, and that no distinguishing textures or degradation of the iris occurs for at least 10 years, if not decades. Slovakia. A whole host of personal products began flooding the market at the same time, including jewelry, headgear, and glasses that boast GPS and RFID tracking capabilities, with promises of future payment integrations for buying and selling via biometric signatures. One example is the new NIMI bracelet that is worn around the wrist. It monitors the heartbeat as a biometric signature, claims to be more accurate than facial recognition, and is said to be about as accurate as fingerprint scanning. Also, at the time this book is heading to the printer, 19 U.S. states have complied with the Real ID Act. And that's a spirit, because I was just speaking on that. It's an act of Congress that modifies U.S. federal laws pertaining to authentication standards for driver's licenses and identification cards, with the goal of codifying a national, then international biometric ID system. So, like I said, and that makes you, I mean, this is all the way back in 2013. Now, like I said, I know they sent about, I think, don't quote me because I may be wrong, but I think they say about this year or next year, they want to have this whole Real ID system in place. So they have been planning and plotted all this. So, systematically, that's Esau. He's systematic with shit. Concurrently making its way through Congress as a part of an immigration reform bill is a provision to mandate universal biometric identification in the form of a national ID, without which nobody will be federally approved for employment, or as it says in the book of Revelation, verse 13, chapter 13, verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Salakia, it is called E-Verify, and incredibly not only has bipartisan support among lawmakers, but enthusiastic approval from notable Christian leaders, funded by George Soros, no less. This includes, it names multitude of people, as you can see. I'm not going to read all these people's names. Well, I'll read, because that's a J. Samuel Rodriguez, President, National Hispanic Christian Leadership Conference. And he fought this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a few Jakes. Gabriel Sanguero. The Catholic Church, which is in September 2013, announced a massive coordinated effort to get the immigration reform bill passed by targeting 60 Catholic House Republicans and 130 members of the House who are also Catholic. In course, other evangelical pastors, nationwide broadcast radio ads in 56 congressional districts in 14 states at a cost of $400,000 in support of the plan. The list above continues to exponentially increase, causing a growing number to wonder if a national ID system, including RFID adoption, will, for all practical purposes, result in every man, woman, boy, and girl in the developed world having an ID chip inside him or her, like animals worldwide already do. Sometimes, so on. Makers of implantable microchips like to state that the process is voluntary, but a report by Elaine M. Ramesh for the Franklin Pierce Law Center says a mandatory national identification system via microchip implants could be achieved in two stages. Upon introduction as a voluntary system, the microchip implantation will appear to be placable. Placable. After there is a familiarity with the procedure and the knowledge of its benefits, implantation will be mandatory. And that's how they said. I mean, I, that's just the spirit because I could think in my head. I know I recently just watched somebody's video. They were saying because at first they gonna market it with these celebrities and all these different people, and it's a voluntary. It's convenient. Try and do it. And then after that they just gonna mandate it. You know what I mean? George Getz, the communication director for the Libertarian Party at the time, agreed, saying, "After all, the government has never forced anyone to have a driver's license, but try getting along without one. When everyone from your local banker to the car rental man to the hotel operator to the governor, Salaki to the grocery store requires one in order for you to take advantage of their services, that amounts to a de facto mandate. If the government, and it's, I mean, take the time to think about it. It's kind of like with these smart TVs. The government, along with business, basically made you conform to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got no fucking, what's that, that little fucking box to catch that signal, you ass up. You had to go buy that box, which ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just deep. So yeah, you don't think they could start it off like that? But at the same time, eventually it's gonna get to when you're getting threatened. You know what I mean? And a lot of and not to digress, but I finally understood or got the understanding of Revelations 21:3 when it said the tabernacle of the Most High resides with men. Because when you take the time to look at it, especially, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not any grown, real, women out there, any real aquap, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, most women look at what they caught up in. You know what I mean? Like, I got to take this stupid ass class because of some trouble I got myself into. Right, fucking with Esau and the nigga woman. Right. Long story short, though, when you take the time, like I was telling the dude, like domestic violence, they done basically created a whole when you really the way that he's trying to turn the Esau, because that's who wrote these fucking stupid ass laws with how he's basically worded domestic violence. Like domestic violence goes beyond just physical abuse. It goes beyond just verbal abuse. It goes into what now financially. If you like literally the motherfucker told me this, and it just made me gave me a new concept of like like what's that in Jeremiah? I think it's 16 where it said you shouldn't have children here. Let me try and find that real quick. Salakia, just for edification's sake. But yeah, Jeremiah 16:2. Thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. And when not to digress, because I'm gonna just say this and get off of the point, because like my lot is a special lot, so you know what I mean. Like I'm going through a lot of hell with my children and this demon ass woman, and you know what I mean. And that's how I know the scriptures is so real. That's how I know I'm walking the right path. I catch a lot of hell dealing with this, but the way he explained this to me is basically it's five different ways of domestic violence. You got physical, emotional. I mean, mind you, emotional. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck I'm gonna make you feel? If I make you feel some kind of way, that's the best. Like what? I can see the physical, I can see the verbal. You know what I mean? But then it says sexual, emotional, and financial. So, say for instance, a bill. Now we got a bill, but this bitch want her hair done. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you don't get her hair done, that could be considered domestic violence. Now, if they gonna take it to the pursuit of, if they gonna, you know what I mean? Like, is they gonna really go as far as, yeah, you get, maybe not, but I mean, this is on their law book. So at the end of the day, it just made me really realize, like, at the end of the day, with what's coming, like right now, like my dumb ass children's mother, I ain't gonna call her my Eve because she's not. She's not. I mean, Eve took Adam through some shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe he is my Eve, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, you would think she would be less prideful, you know what I mean? It ain't, though, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you depended, like, solely from Esau, your father, and your father, like, fuck you right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end, but so prideful, she ain't, you know what I mean? Like, it just, at the end of the day, And I could see her at the end because I've seen her switch up so much. I could see her taking a fucking chip. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why the Most High, separating me and her. You know what I mean? Because I know her enough that I mean when the going get tough, she ain't gonna stand up or have no integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't watch her change over too much motherfucking shit. Anyhow, I didn't mean to run off with that. Just like I said, I was thinking about the, what I mean? Because how many people is gonna actually stand up? It's going to be, what's that in the book of Ezra? There's going to be more that's going to be destroyed and more than saved. I mean, roughly paraphrasing. After all, the government has never forced Salakia. If the government can force you to surrender your fingerprints to get a driver's license, why can't it force you to get a computer chip implant? And on that note, I'm going to end that right there because I mean, it's a question. It's a perfect question though. If they could force you to get the fucking smart TV, if they could force you to fucking get a driver's license, if they could force you, because like I said, basically you might not putting a pistol to your head or you going to jail if you don't get these things. But at the same time, to function in their system, you gotta have these things. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out it's like so many fucking like I said, when you find out about the straw man and just how they set up this shit, where what I mean, that's how motherfuckers in business they be able to, like I said, maneuver around this punk shit because this is a corporation. You get what I'm saying? Uh, I mean, like I said, veer off of the point of the subject, but like I said, on that note, it says if the government could force you to surrender your fingerprints to get a driver's license, why can't it force you to get a computer chip implant? And with that, I'm gonna end the lesson. I hope it was somewhat edifying. Adawan Ratazah, I can finish because, like I said, I want to do a whole little series on. It's another book I got to go get. And then came across another book by this guy Thomas Horn, and then I wanted to read certain chapters out of this book, this Beast Text System, because right now, for whatever reason, the spirit's going into that chip. So, I got a few lessons I got already planned in my mind to do. So with that, I want to say, call hello, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rachakodash Rakta, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity. Shalom to the elders of GMS that taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, risking their lives and the freedom to bring out this truth. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath out there listening and learning. Salakia and till next time, I don't want Ratazah. Shalom, shalom, and a ball.